Good morning all, I'm Johnny B and welcome to Sunny Coast Celtic episode 86. Hope you're all well and you had a couple of good days after the heroics the other night at Kilmarnock. That's all we can call it at the end, wasn't it? We're just getting used to these last minute goals all the time. It's actually nerve-wracking when you're watching. It's great when they score. I mean, look at the elation at the end was fantastic. With the wee man jumping into the crowd and the crowd going bananas. But man, it brings back a load of memories. But I'd rather be 3-0 and up, get into the final 7 minutes of injury time, and that way your nerves are a bit more you're not on so much edge. Like, imagine Martin O'Neill and Maloney and that sitting there going, this is murder every single week. So I think whatever we do in the last injury time minutes of the game, we need to put that into the start of the game, which we used to do. We used to come flying at the blocks and we'd be 3 or 4 up before teams knew what hit them. We're still doing it sometimes, but we just kind of get the ball in the net. And then once we do that, it's like people's just rolling with the punches and then going, if we can get by the first couple of rounds, we'll start to come into the fight, and that's what's happening here. We're just not finishing enough. I thought Spanchara he'd be the answer, right? He's alright in that, but we just need like a wee poacher, like a Frank McAvenny or a Charlie Nicholas or somebody that's just there to put the ball in the net, a Larson every time it breaks, and we just don't have it at this moment in time. And that's why we've ended up in a 3-horse race for the title, because we just couldn't break away at the right time. Don't get me wrong, I think when Big Nancy boy came in with his granddad, that didn't help, because we lost that many games under him, league games that we should never have lost, which would have put us in easy street if he wins a few of them. But then again, if he did win a few of them, he'd still be there. And then it could have went downhill. So I don't know. It might be a blessing in disguise that he lost the games so that we can get him out to get Martin back in. Anyway, I'll leave that thought with you. So yeah, good result. We've got a few hard games coming up. So Stuttgart Thursday. And then Hibs at home, then Stuttgart away, then Rangers at home, away, and then Aberdeen away in the league, and then Rangers away in the cup. So we've got all away games after the Hibs game. So we really need to be at our best, and I don't know if we are, because there's players that can't play in certain games. So Oxlade-Chamberlain can't play against Stuttgart because he wasn't registered. So he's out for Thursday night's game, and also Engels is out as well because he's injured. So this is going to give the boys that are sort of crying out for a game a chance, because is he going to persevere with Hatate? I don't know. Like, Hatate's head's no in it, Maeda's head's no in it, but they're big players on European nights. So I don't know what it is. And that's why we're not the manager. Martin O'Neill is. It's up to him to make these decisions. And let's face it, he normally gets them right. So I think we just need to go with whatever the big fella puts out on Thursday night. Even though I'm going to name a team that I think could start or should start. But again, I'm no privy to training and who's doing what. So people might kick on there. We just don't know. But anyway, let's get into it. So Thursday night, Stuttgart home, Parkhead. I don't know what's happening. They're still not letting the fans in, which is diabolical. The board are, even though the players aren't pulling their weight, and we know they can be, but the board's not helping. Let's unite everybody, unite the fans, unite everybody, just until we get round these games, and then see at the end of the season, you can do what you're going to do, have it out, but don't do it when the season's at such a climax that we need every single fan that we can get. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we need to do, is get them all in. I think the Celtic board have took a leaf out of the fans, like not another penny. Well, I think the board's been doing that for fucking 50 years, not another penny. So we shouldn't have started that, because they've jumped on the bandwagon, and that's why they never made any signings, because they're thinking, well, if the fans can say not another penny, well, we won't spend another penny. And that's what they've done. Anyway, let's get into this. We can't keep harping on about it. We know the board are a bunch of knob ends. So we just have to get on with it until the end of this season. And then, you know what's going to happen. If we lose, they are going to get crucified. Even if we win the league, they'll get crucified as well because they weren't any help. Let's go through the team for Thursday night. Is he going to put Schmeichel in goals? I don't know if he can, but he's got big European experience. So I think he's going to play Schmeichel. And he might have an absolute blinder, who knows, but if he's as slow as he was at moving his feet against Kilmarnock the other night, we're in trouble. Sinisala must be sitting there going, I'm a young guy, I'm more agile, and he might not be as good a shot stopper or whatever as Schmeichel, but he's faster out, he's faster to the ball. So I don't know, it's yin and yang, innit? I don't know who we play. I'm going to say he'll play Schmeichel, just because I know Martin's a stickler for playing the same team. Right back will be Arajo, who's not just his goal, but he was really good the other night. I know Martin had a go at him for having a crappy first half, but you could have took 11 players off in that first half and put 11 back on, because that's how shitty we were in the first half. The midfield weren't connecting with the defenders, they weren't connecting with the forwards weren't moving back. We were just getting absolutely pumped. Kilmarnock looked like they could score every single time they went forward. It was a horrible watch, and I'm sitting there going, we're going to get absolutely slaughtered here. The second half, we made the changes and we came out flying. Got 2 goals, then went back into our cage. We can't keep affording to do that. We got to be on the ball for 90 minutes. So, anyway, Schmeichel, Arajo, right back. Kieran Tierney, he'll put at left back, just for experience. I don't mind if we play Saratsi. Again, it don't matter what one of the two you play. In the middle is going to be Scales and Trusty, which they can't do any worse than what they've done against Kilmarnock. These are the games that they usually thrive because they're up for it. They know it's a big game. Kilmarnock, you're not up for it as much as I know you should be, but you're not. So Stuttgart, I think the two of them need to be up for it. If they're not up for it, we're in trouble, because the big Stuttgart centre forward, I watched their game, they won 3-1 the other day, and the big centre forward scored 2 really nice goals, puts himself in the right position. He's going to be a handful. They've got a couple of good left-sided players. Their midfield, you can get at them, they're not tremendous, but they're a good side. They'll be well organised, and like the German sides, they'll be physical and they won't give you any space in that middle. So we need to create spaces on the wings, get the ball down there and get it through. I'll tell you in a minute what forward line, what I think they need to do. But so that'll be your back 4. Then it'll be Callum McGregor. Now, is he going to go with a 4-3-3, or is he going to go with a 4-4-2 or a 4-5-1? A 4-5-1 is really a 4-3-3, so it depends what Martin's thinking and what players he's bringing in. So Cal Mack will be in the middle, that's for sure. I think he's got to play Nygren, even though Nygren's he's not a defending midfielder, he's very attacking midfielder. So you really need somebody that's going to sit in there with Callum McGregor, and I think that could be Bernardo, because I think we need a right-footed player. I don't think he can play Hitati. So I think Bernardo's got to sit in there, because he naturally sits in the same way as McGregor. So I know we want to get goals, but we don't want to lose goals. We were open in that middle all the time. Nygren's too far forward, and so was Hitati. Bernardo kind of gives you that wee bit of sitting back. Do you know what I mean? So that's who I'd play. I know he's not played for a while and he's not set the head on fire when he's played, but I don't know, do you go with Luke McCown? And again, that's 3 left-footed players in the midfield and 2 left-footed players in your central defence. So the balance isn't going to be there if you've got too many right-footed players. So I think he's got to bring in Bernardo. Obviously, he can't play Oxlade-Chamberlain because he's cup-tied, so I can't see anybody else in there. I just can't. Anyway, he might play Hitati just because he's European experience. So let's see how it goes with that one. Now, I think he'll play with TC through the middle up front, and I think he might go with Tenecti. I think he's got to go with Tenecti, and I think he's got to go with Yang. So That would be my starting 11. And it's like a 4-5-1 or a 4-3-3. The trouble is, Tenecti and Yang aren't going to be defending. So do you put Luke McCown on the left-hand side? Because you know he'll come back if you want to play 5 across the middle. I don't know, it's a conundrum for Martin. I don't know what to do. We're at home, you really want to go and have a crack. You don't want to go there and be drawn nothing each. I reckon we need a 2-goal cushion to go over there and get through. And I think we could get a 2-goal cushion if we're on our game. And that's why I think you need Tenecti on, and I think Yang. I don't think Maeda's been given as good as what we want him to give. So I think it's time to give him a rest. I know it's a big game, but we've got a million big games coming up. So give the boys a chance to see how they can go against a top-class German side. But anyway, I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are. I think that's what he's going to have to do. I don't know what's happening with Kelechi. And is he fit? I don't know. But he's the type of player that I would like to have when we play away at Stuttgart, because he can just hold that ball up and draw people in. But at Celtic Park on Thursday night, I think we need to go for it. And I think Big TC will give you that big physical presence up there. And as I said before, he's good with his feet and he's good at turning, as you've seen with the goal for Arajo the other night. So I think we can't afford to have a mediocre game. I think we need to be on the ball, and that's why I think that the board need to let the fans in, let the Green Brigade in, let everybody in. Let's create atmosphere where teams don't want to come and play. Teams hate coming to play at Celtic Park, but see right now, because it's all sombre, they don't mind. So we've took that 12th man out the game. We haven't, the board have. So if you've any ambitions to go to the next level in Europe or to win this league, we need to get the fans back in and get this atmosphere cranked up, because we know what Celtic Park's like when we're at home, because we need to, this game's important to win, the Hibs game's even more important to win, and we don't want to get into that Hibs game with mediocre. If we get a poor result against Stuttgart, it's going to be a bit sombre for Hibs, so we need to get a good result against them, so we get into the Hibs match on Saturday and we're flying and we're scoring goals. So anyway, all we can do is keep fingers crossed. What do you think the score's going to be? I think the score will be 3-1 to Celtic, and I think Big TC will get the first goal. So anyway, have a great couple of days. I'll see you after the game, and hail, hail.